visualization was a really important part of my weight loss journey. I had tried to lose weight for years. I met with Dr. Atkins. I went to the Pritikin Institute. I tried every diet you can imagine. I just kept gaining and gaining. And eventually I was over 400 pounds and I had given up entirely. At a certain point, I decided to apply visualization to my weight loss. And when I did, everything changed. I was over 400 pounds. I had a vivid image of how I wanted to look. I imagined myself with stomach muscles, tight skin and stomach muscles and looking great. And every night as I went to sleep, I'd have this image and things started to change. I wasn't as hungry during the day. I wasn't craving junk food. I started finding people that could help me and programs. Everything started to work after that. And over a 2.5-year period, I lost all the weight that I gained. I lost 220 pounds. And I looked exactly the way I had imagined myself looking, down to a T. And I just can't believe that it's a coincidence, because it was just exactly the shape and the form that I had imagined being. So visualization is using the language of symbols. And to me, symbols are the universal form of communication. If you want to communicate with someone that doesn't speak your language, you're going to use symbols. For example, if you just landed in China and you want to know where the bathroom is, you're going to look for a symbol. You're going to look for a symbol of the men's room or the women's room, and that's how you know where the bathroom is. So that's how you communicate with someone that doesn't speak your language. And the interesting thing about the body, we see the body mostly as a machine, but the body isn't really a machine. The body is living consciousness. We just don't know how to communicate with it. It doesn't speak English. We can't say to it, I want to lose weight because in 6 months I want to look good for my wedding. The body doesn't understand a wedding. It doesn't understand 6 months. It doesn't understand English. And one of the biggest problems that we all have, that we don't even know we have, is we don't know how to communicate with our own animal brain, our own physical consciousness brain. But when you use symbols, you're bridging that gap. So when you make a vivid image of exactly the way you'd like to look, or if you're doing sports, a vivid image of exactly the way you'd like your body to perform, you're communicating to your body. And all the changes are taking place. The neuronal changes, the hormonal changes, everything is changing because you've now been able to communicate with your body. And that's why visualization is so powerful. So to me, visualization is the creative principle of life. And I think we've just all lost that. I think in indigenous cultures all around the world, they all use visualization. And as a kid, we used dream, we used imagination, we used that creative faculty. And I think it is the creative faculty of life. It is the way to set the dials of the automatic pilot. If you're in a plane, it's like setting the dials of your life. When you visualize where you want to be, you're setting the dials. When you visualize how you want your day to be, how you want to perform in sports, how healthy you want to be, you're using that creative principle. We don't know that. We haven't tapped into that, but it's ours. We lost it somewhere along the way, but it belongs to all of us. Nine-time gold medal sprinter Carl Lewis uses visualization. Tiger Woods, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, all the greats in every area of sport. Tennis legend Billie Jean King, they all use visualization. Tiger Woods' father taught him how to use visualization. He says that every time before he hits the ball, he visualizes where he wants it to go. Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he was a bodybuilder, he visualized exactly how he wanted his body to look. If he wanted his biceps bigger, he'd visualize his biceps bigger. He visualized himself up on stage winning the Mr. Olympia, the Mr. Universe. When he was an actor, he visualized being an actor and just crushing it. When he was in politics, he used it. In everything he did, he used visualization, and that's why he's always been successful at the things that he's been focused on, because he's using this power. So many different experts in so many different fields, also actors. There's this story of Jim Carrey, where he was a starving actor, and he wrote a check for himself for $10 million. He dated it 3 years in the future, and it said for acting services rendered. 3 years later, he got a check for $10 million for the movie Dumb and Dumber. Exactly 3 years to the day. It's unbelievable. I know a little bit. So, for example, Carl Lewis would imagine going through the tape first. That would be his thing. So he used to program that before he'd go to sleep, and when he'd do his own little practices, he'd imagine breaking the tape first. And then just as he's lining up to do the race, he'd see himself breaking the tape first. And that was his thing. Michael Jordan always would visualize himself at night getting the ball in at one after the other, one after the other. Before he's about to take a shot, he can just see it going in. Muhammad Ali, just one of the world's greatest in every way, would see himself knocking down his opponent. He would visualize it over and over again. Arnold Schwarzenegger, even when he did a speech as a politician, before he did the speech, he would visualize it over and over and over and over, just getting up there, doing the speech, and just killing it. And he did that in every aspect. It's just that when you learn that visualization is the thing that you need to do to succeed, and how easy it is, and how you get better and better at it, you just keep doing it.